Hey, welcome back to the Big Ranch Show. Thank you for joining me. Now, I know there are a lot bigger things going on in the world right now, especially with the Trump indictment. And I know he was indicted on 7 federal charges, one including the Espionage Act. But the fact is, legal stuff and criminal legality stuff is not my wheelhouse. So it's going to take me longer to read through it and longer to have a complete idea of exactly what the charges entail. So, that said, we're going to cover Pat Robertson's death today. As you know, Pat Robertson of the 700 Club, Christian Broadcasting Network, and all sorts of other stuff, passed away yesterday. And I saw people that were kind of happy or amused that he passed away. And then I had a few friends that were like, we shouldn't be celebrating a man's death. And some of these individuals were of the LGBTQ community, telling others in the LGBTQ community that they should not be celebrating. They should not celebrate the demise of a man, no matter how evil, vindictive, or disgusting he was. I personally am not going to hold it against anybody who takes joy in the demise of a man who in the 80s cheered on the AIDS epidemic as if it was the wrath of God punishing gay people. A man who every time there was a hurricane that would hit a major city, he would blame it on abortion or the gays. I'm not going to shed a tear, and I'm not going to hold it against anybody for celebrating a man who condoned adultery for men. I'm not going to support that. I'm not going to sit there and hate people for that. The fact is, every day of this man's life, he spent rejoicing in the deaths of gay people. Constantly celebrating the deaths of people in the LGBTQ community. He celebrated the Pulse nightclub shooting as an act of God. Now, I'm not going to sit here and celebrate it myself because that's not how I see things, right? Yes, there's a part of me that is relieved and frankly kind of happy. But I'm not going to sit here and have a celebratory video about it. I'm not going to throw a party for it. But I want to make it clear that he was not a good man. He was not a Christian man. At least not a Christian man in the way of Christianity that I grew up in. Pat Robertson was an evil, evil man. He didn't once apologize for the hate he spewed of the LGBT community. Not once. And that's all between him and his maker. But I'm not going to hold it against anybody who's completely, just out there celebrating at this point. Because he was just a terrible person. And I don't think you should get to just act like somebody was some great person when they were just a shitty person. I don't think someone passing, I don't think that absolves them of everything they've done to people. I don't think all of a sudden you become a good person just because you pass away. This man right here was the cause of a number of people to unalive themselves for decades. Because a parent would call in saying, I think my teenage son's gay. What do I do? And he'd say things like punish them, ground them, take things away from them until they stop the tendencies. Like it's that easy. Like you can just turn off who you are. He literally told a woman who found out her husband was having an affair, and he basically said it was okay because her husband, well, was a man, and men will wonder. That men will just wander around. And that it was the woman's fault that her husband was a man whore. Said that the people of the Pulse nightclub brought that upon themselves because they were gay or part of the LGBTQ community. So I'm not going to celebrate. But I'm also not going to sit there and act like he was some great godly person when he was probably one of the worst people on the entire planet. Because he may not have actually actively gone out and hurt people, by his own hand. But he created an army of people that would spread his hate throughout the country and the world. So yesterday was a relief. And I know things like the 700 Club, Christian Broadcasting Network, and all his hate mongers out there will continue. And they'll keep pushing. And we have to keep fighting back. And every time when one of these people die, we need to make it very clear who they were. We need to make it very clear of the evil they have done, the pain and hurt they have caused. And if people have a moment of celebration, don't hold it against them. Now, people tell me, like I was told yesterday, but we're supposed to show love. Why? Why do we have to show love to somebody who despised us, who wanted each and every one of us in the LGBTQ community dead? I don't think I have to have any love, respect, or admiration or anything just because somebody is a human. If they are a pile of crap, then I am not going to care about them. If they are a pile of crap, I am not going to sit here and act like there is some great person that deserves my admiration, that deserves my respect, that deserves me giving them any dignity in their passing. Some of you may think that I'm being too much, right? I don't think it's too much. Now, I know nobody's perfect. Everybody makes their mistakes. But you know what happens when I make a mistake? I come back and apologize for it. He never did. I've been seeing this man on TV since I was a kid. One of the first times I heard about gay people being terrible came out of his mouth. So at the end of the day, the world is a better place today without him. Anyways, a little bit of channel update news here. I do plan to start being able to maybe get some new, like documentary style content done in the next week. I've been still struggling with this new software I got because my computer just doesn't like it. I kind of wish I could replace my computer, but unfortunately I don't make any money here on YouTube, so I can't really do that right now. But my first one will probably be maybe pride themed a little bit. It's either going to be over Stonewall or potentially, other pride related content, but we'll see. I plan to put out one of those this month, and then I'll start trying to pump out more in July and August. Hopefully, these new ones will look better, you know, and we'll see what happens. But hopefully, the viewership on them will be good because I really don't want to put a lot of effort into something that's not going to go well. But if I don't put the effort in, then there's no chance that it'll go well. So I want the videos to come out good. I want I want everything to be good for them, from transitions to even the script that I have to use to read through for the videos. Anyway, y'all have a great day. I'll see you down the road. Have a great weekend.